What happens in reverse time? My flu appointment is booked for yesterday due to a fever I will contract next week. And more serious threats like the hernia in mom's stomach have mended themselves, like grandma's sweaters. But grandma herself is knitting sweaters apart after she reverse departs from the funeral pyre. What happens in reverse time? Benjamin Button doesn't remain a curious case, and Christopher Nolan gets famous for writing stories forwards. Hair growth is the primary problem, leaving middle age wanting, and barbers argue with farmers about who should do the planting. Married couples love until birth does them part. The ones who don't, although wounded, move on with mended hearts, because heartbreak is the kind that causes healing. Love letters erase, retracting their feelings, and exes still cross paths, lock stranger eyes, but there's an entire season called Rise. What happens in reverse time? Britain mends barriers with its Brentry into Europe, and the British Museum empties its contents onto the globe, spitting artifacts across oceans to where they were found, prompting Indiana Jones to chase them back into the ground. Wars involve giving life, unsealing tombs, and guns swallow bullets back out of healing wounds. Smiles are commonplace. They're common ways to keep your mouth, and people act like something's off if you walk with a frown. You draw tears from the floor like dew from the soil, and the news gives you updates on how many people smiled. Everyone remembers their last love and waits for their first. Youth walks with wisdom, age is not faded, and hindsight arrives before the moment that made it. Seas, water, skies, rivers climb. What happens in reverse time? Fortune tellers are historians, finding futures in books, and archivists are explorers, assembling the truths of a world that hurls itself at beginnings like ends, and motivational speakers still like to pretend you can quit your job before you get too young. You admit you can't because you're one among every hustler who works every day before day, before day, before day, before day. Countless Mondays rotate the earth westward, the years losing digits like your weighing scale, and Krishna wakes with an arrow coming out of his foot. Buildings crash and build. Coffee gets hotter by the minute. Beards shrink if undisturbed. Flowers die at their youngest. There is world peace. It's a bit of an overreach. The universe begins with dark iron balls floating midair and ends in a spectacular collapse of matter and energy. What happens in reverse time? You begin a poem. Thank you.